in the own government sector, how long it is taking sometimes in other aspects, is just,
but we
things
haven't been
take
told
too long.
We haven't been told that the reason why it wasn't done is because
Lisa,
it would
there
take
was
too
no
long.
application at all.
They didn't
in
even
this
apply.
instance.
I mean, if you were to attempt to do that in the private sector, it'd be a criminal matter.
Yes, there's no application. Yeah. There was no application at all, you know. That is the issue.
Yeah.
But Chair, yeah. Is there anybody that was held accountable for this breach?
Well, we have discussed internally, sir, and we are taking administrative action. And importantly, we have met with at least 6 of the parish municipal corporation, and we have started the process. Some have already been submitted with a structural engineer report, as they have advised us, to make sure that the building is not in any danger to affect our children.
So we have gotten the structural report.
3 engineer reports have been submitted so far, and those we have 8. 8 have been submitted, and we have submitted along with the drawings.
Those structural engineer reports were done after the work was complete.
Yeah, so we met with the manager, the parish manager for the MCs, and we explained our situation, all our projects, the difficulties that we have had, the breaches, and we now have an
cool and me calm. Stepping on the place like a lightning storm. Then up on the ready man a ring the alarm. So them coulda never try take the king for your man. Touch the stage anytime me perform then. Best believer everything me go on then. Tell Babylon keep cool and keep calm. Before them end up run up in a lightning storm. Forward a figure when the general.
I me say PBCJ we cool and we calm. Step up in a so like a lightning storm. They up on the rhythm and a ring the alarm. Say them coulda never try take the king fin upon. In the studio, we a perform. Best believe everything we govern. Say go tell Babylon, keep cool and keep calm. Before them go run up in a lightning storm. 5 stars say that, Rastafari.
Touch the stage anytime me perform then. Best believer everything me govern then. Tell Babylon keep cool.
Up in Alexandria.
Yes.
So following on from what Member Phillips was saying, you understood that the variations had to be made after the municipal corporation, the St. Anne Municipal Corporation came to you?
Well, I don't think it was after. I believe the team that worked, CMU team, they would have identified some areas that would have incurred additional costs.
The reason why I asked this question, I know that particular facility was earmarked for maybe over the last 4 years to be done as an upgrade, as an educational institution.
Right.
When was the decision taken by the ministry to actually have it upgraded? Because I don't recall that it was supposed to be through CMU.
Well,
so how did it fall in that realm?
I think, MP, that it was, there has been discussion about Armadale for a while, I think since there was the fire, and they had approached Hart to do most of the work to convert it into, I think it's a vocational institution. And while I do not have intimate knowledge, but the ministry also got involved. and participated with heart in terms of the renovation of the buildings there. And I gather there should have been another phase which has not started yet, which is to do the home component.
That's why I was asking you the question, because I know that remodeling had taken place before. So is it that I want to, the extensions that the chairman is speaking about and Member Phillips, how much more was that because of CMU? Because I don't know that it would have required extensive remodeling to the fact to get a variation of $11 million on top of the contract price.
Well, the overall was 17 million MP and the variation was 8 million. I believe when they went in, there were issues in terms of termites, for example, which they had to treat in its entirety, plus there were some other small deterioration of the facility itself, which they would not have picked up when they were doing the actual scope and bill of quantities that would have resulted in the variation.
So like when termites need to be treated, they would go and procure that and send the bill to you?
Right, so the nature, so it would have been approved, sir. So it would have been brought to our attention and it would have been approved for them to proceed. So it was the electrical system, there was a problem, the termite infestation, and there were some structural defects that they could not build around. Those had to be adjusted or corrected before completion.
Members, it's 11:58, and because of Parliament beginning at 1 o'clock, the House sitting at 1, we need to wrap up for 12. We haven't completed because of the truncated period that we're operating through. We were been moving on to a fortnightly cycle for the PAC, but the Minister of Finance has asked me if he can schedule 2 meetings of the Joint Select Committee looking at the Bank of Jamaica amendments for the 3rd of December, which would have been our next fortnightly meeting. Strictly speaking, PAC should have priority, but I know that that particular exercise, there is some urgency to trying to complete it. So what I was going to suggest, members, there is a time slot for next Thursday at 11 o'clock that week, and that would be our last meeting before Christmas, because there are no remaining time slots available to us. We would finish by 12:30. We would finish on Thursday next week. Next Thursday, we'd start at 11 and finish by 12:30, and people could go to their constituencies. Yes. Yes. All right. To finish this, we will finish this. Yeah. All right, and then after that we can decide what we do next. All right, so I crave your indulgence, members. P.S. So we're going to resume next week at 11 a.m. Thursday and finish
Thursday.
off 11. Apparently it's 11 o'clock for some reason. 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Could we have someone move for the adjournment? Yes. Yes. Moved and seconded by members Hannah and Dunn.